Yes, sir. Now, today, we gonna talk about new Pittsburgh Steelers player that just got drafted by the name of Derrick Harmon. Now, I got this picture right here. Now you thinking like, Kinfolk, man, this look dark. This look real dark for your intro right here. Why you pick this picture right here with this title right here? Now it says, what are you willing to sacrifice? With a football, with blood running down the middle. Now, this is actually the cover art, the cover art to the new movie that Marlon Wayans is gonna be starring in, called Him. Now I want you to, and it's focusing on a young football player. Marlon Wayans is playing as the coach, right? He's training this young guy that's aspiring to be in the NFL, and it's a horror film. So I want you to hear this right here, man. I want you to hear this.
So you're gonna have to ask yourself,
right? And like I said, man, it's already coming out as a horror film, right? As a horror film. So you know how these celebrities always talk about when they always get asked a question. Oh man, how you get to that spot that you're at, man? How did you get into that position? And they always say, man, you gotta make a lot of sacrifices. You gotta make a lot of sacrifice. Even LeBron James sitting up there with JJ Redick, they sitting up there laughing about you gotta sacrifice loved ones.
You have to sacrifice loved ones. You have to sacrifice loved ones for a long period of time if you want to be great. It is very unfortunate, and you feel it at times. You know the saying: if it's too hot, get the hell out of the kitchen. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta get out of the kitchen because it gets hot.
And everybody's sitting there thinking, oh man, they just talking about you. They sacrificing their time that they spend away from their family. You know, they sacrificing their blood, sweat, and tears. And everybody just look at it as face value, but we know, me and you know, what they really speaking on, and this movie's gonna show that, right? Because it's very interesting as this movie's about to come out about a young football player that has to make a sacrifice. We got Derrick Harmon's mother dies hours after Derrick Harmon was selected first round pick, number 21 in the overall. Number 21 overall pick in the first round. And his mother dies hours after. So without further ado, man, we finna jump right into it and we finna see what's going on. Because Derrick Harmon went first round, 21st pick, 121. When his name, Derrick, equals 121 in the reverse cipher. This is gematria. If you don't understand what you're looking at, this is the practice of turning letters into numerical values, into their numerical value. As you can see, we got reverse and we got ordinal. Ordinal is the English language forwards, reverse, self-explanatory, the English language backwards, right? Now, I know you noticing some things, man. I know you're noticing some things about the schools that he went to. Don't even trip. We gonna touch on that, right? But it's also very interesting that his mother died hours after him being first round 21st pick when blood sacrifice equals 121 in the ordinal cipher. But come on. Right? Because Derrick's mother, Tiffany Sane, passed away on the 114th day of the year, which left 251 days left in the year. Racial slur equals 114 forwards. Ritual sacrifice equals 251 in the English language backwards. So yes, I do believe that we have a ritual sacrifice on our hands. And a lot of people gonna say, man, Kinfolk, man, she had a stroke. She was sick. She was in the hospital. But see, what you gotta understand about sacrifices is they're not always just physical. It doesn't always have to be somebody getting killed, getting shot and killed for it to be a sacrifice. Sometimes these things are being done in the spiritual realm, and these people are being under spiritual attack by the entities that people are making deals with. So then people can become under spiritual attack, and then things like this happen. They have a stroke or they die from cancer. It don't always have to be somebody get their throat slit just for it to be a sacrifice. These things can be done in the spiritual realm as well. And then what do you know, her health slowly deteriorating over time, and then what do you know, hours after he get drafted, she passed away, man. She took her last breath. But come on, man. Right? Because the day that his mother passed away left 251 days left in the year. Just like ritual sacrifice and just like the Michigan State Spartan. As you can see, his mother and himself are sitting there wearing Michigan State Spartan apparel, and she's supporting her son that played his first 3 years at Michigan State. So yes, he was a Michigan State Spartan before he transferred to Oregon. So it's very interesting that these schools are in the mix. So it seems as if, hold on, let me get to it first before I get to what I was finna say. Right? Let's continue. Right? Because Harmon was born on August 3rd, 8/3 in Detroit, Michigan. Derrick Harmon's mother passed away 8 months and 3 weeks. Exactly 8 months and 3 weeks after his birthday on 8/3. And she died in Detroit, Michigan, which equals 83. Michigan State Spartan equals 83. Detroit is even located on the 83rd meridian. And a couple years ago, they used to call it the murder capital. When murder equals 83, these numbers are frequencies. This is why certain things, certain cities are built in certain coordinates, on certain parallels, because certain things are taking place in that city, in that state. Detroit is home to the biggest Masonic temple in the world. Detroit is located on the 42nd parallel. Freemason equals 42. But come on. Right? Because continuing the connections with Detroit. The area code of Detroit, for y'all that watched 8 Mile, y'all know that the area code is 313. Right? Derrick's mother passed away 3 months, 1 week, and 3 days before his next birthday. And even you can also include that he was drafted into the NFL 3 months, 1 week, and 3 days before his birthday, when his name Derrick equals 313 and satanic. He's even listed at 313 pounds. Come on now. Now I know if he step on that scale right now, it ain't gonna say 313. But see, these things are here for a reason. And 313 pounds, we just sat up here and talked about how it's on the 42nd parallel, the biggest Masonic temple in the world, Freemason equal 42, and 313 pounds translates to 142 kilograms. But come on, man. Because there's something else about that 313, man. Considering what has transpired not too long ago. The death of Pope Francis When the day that Pope Francis was elected Pope, he was elected the Pope on 313. Now, Pope Francis was the first Pope from the Jesuit order. So it's very interesting that these connections are going on. When Derrick Harmon went to the high school of Loyola, which is a Jesuit high school. It's a private Catholic school for boys run by the USA Midwest Province of the Society of Jesus in Detroit, Michigan. It was established by the Jesuits and the Archdiocese. I don't know how to say that word. I gotta look that up after we done with this. In 1993, the Archdiocese of Detroit. It is one of the 57 Jesuit secondary schools in the United States, and he went to one of them. And now we have these connections as he gets into the NFL. So yes, it's some dark stuff going on with the NFL. That's why they chose the NFL to do this movie about. Right? But come on. I believe the NFL is much worse than the NBA. You hear a lot more NFL players dying than NBA. You hear a lot more with football, college and NFL. I believe it's much, much worse than the NBA. But come on. Right? Now, continuing this Jesuit connection with him going to a Jesuit high school. That's where it all started. That's where he got his feet wet at. Go there, get your feet wet in there. Then he goes to Michigan State. Then he goes to Oregon. Didn't Kyron Lacey just die and he went to Oregon? He died weeks before the draft. Then his mama died on draft day, hours after he get drafted. Man, come on, man. Tell you some shit going on, right? But if we take the day his mother died and the first day of the draft, and we take that to the first day of the NFL regular season, it starts September 4th, 2025, which is the 19th week and the first day of the NFL draft, and the day of Derrick Harmon's mother passing, when Society of Jesus equals 191. Right? So this is a Jesuit ritual. This is a Jesuit ritual. He's 21 years old. He's 21 years old, and he was the 21st pick. Just like the word Jesuit in the pure cipher equals 21. But come on. Because let's continue, man. Because Derrick Harmon's next birthday is on the 14th week and the 4th day of him being drafted and his mother passing away, when Jesuit order equals 144. Now, it was another number. It was another person that this number revolved around, that it was big controversy about. Deion Sanders' son, Shadur, I hope I said that right, Shadur Sanders, went 144th pick overall. And everybody was wondering, damn, why he not getting picked yet? Why he not getting picked yet? It's because these players are being put through rituals. These players are being put through rituals. That's why he didn't get picked up at the time that you might have thought that he was supposed to. Come on, man. Right? Because even as I was looking up Derrick Harmon and his mother, I was looking up pictures for this video. And even in the algorithm, for some odd reason, they have Shadur Sanders' face. They have his face on articles about Derrick Harmon. It say, well, I love you, Mom. Mother of Steelers first round pick Derrick Harmon dies hours after the draft. But they have Shadur Sanders' picture up. Even over here, NFL draft star Derrick Harmon suffered. Then they got his picture up here. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if that was them trying to point towards it being a connection between both of them, that both of them were put through Jesuit rituals in the NFL draft. Right? But come on. Because, okay, let's really get to it. Because his mother passed away 264 days after Derrick's birthday, when kill equals 264 in the Sumerian cipher. Now, the Sumerian cipher is important because the ancient Sumerians believed that the perfect number was 6. You know, just like the Bible says that mark of beast and mark of man is 666, right? So they multiply the English language by the number 6. And this is what we get, right? But come on. Because his mother also passed away and he got drafted to the NFL on the 8th month and 22nd day of his age, when his name, Derrick Harmon, equals 822 in Sumerian. Church of Satan also equals 822. Remember, we've been discovering that the Church of Satan and the Society of Jesus go hand in hand. And we've been seeing that with the numerology, with these rituals. Now, if we put 822 in reflection, we get 228. And as we're talking about the death of Derrick Harmon's mother, right, took place with these span of days, 822, and then the reflection 228, when death equals 228 in Sumerian and RIP equals 228 in reverse Sumerian. Right? Now come on, because I want to point something out about this word RIP. Because Derrick's mother passed away 14 weeks and 3 days before his birthday, when RIP equals 143 in reverse satanic. Now, this movie that they got coming out, where the cover says greatness demands sacrifice, this movie called Him, that focuses on a football player having to make a sacrifice. His mother passes away 148 days before the release of this movie, when RIP equals 148 and satanic. But come on, because Derrick Harmon was drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and his mother passes away 21 weeks and 1 day, and Derrick Harmon gets drafted to the Steelers 21 weeks and 1 day before this movie about a football player that has to make a sacrifice, when the Pittsburgh Steelers equals 211, and he got drafted the 21st pick in the first round. But that's all we got for this video, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video. Y'all leave some further recommendations for any videos in the future. Appreciate y'all for all the love. Appreciate y'all for all the support. And I'm out.